Hey guys, what's up? Have you ever thought about this that one of the most counterintuitive advices that you ever get by coaches or by other motivational speakers or by other people that think big, aim higher. And you always think that, bro, I am thinking small and I'm not winning. What makes you think that if I think higher, I'm going to win, right? If you're aiming for this much and if you're not winning, there is no guarantee that if you aim for this much that you are going to win, right? So you intuitively think that, oh, that's advice is just stupid. The guy is just trying to sell his course. Obviously most of them are trying to sell you their course, but there is actually some truth to this problem. See, the thing is, in work, if you, like for example, if you have to write an essay or if you have to write a project or if you have to complete a task, if you give yourself kind of 1 week time to do it, you will somehow prolong this, for 1 week. Even if you work every day, even if you genuinely work every day, you are going to take the entire week to do the task. But if you give yourself a deadline that I have to complete this task in 2 days, trust me, you are going to complete the same task in 2 days with the same kind of quality. Right? With the same kind of quality, you're going to complete the task. So this is like very commonly used in project management and management, the deadline thing, right? Work expands. I think it's called Murphy's law. Work expands to fill the time. So the longer the longer deadline you give yourself for a task to be completed, the more work is going to automatically fill that space. Another important concept that I want to introduce to you is region beta paradox. Region beta paradox says that when you aim higher, when you have higher, better, bigger, bolder goals, then you automatically choose drivers of growth that are better, that are more efficient. Okay, let me give you a very easy example for this. So let's say that you are in fitness and you want to achieve your dream physique, right? And you have given yourself, let's say 1 year to achieve your dream physique. Now, obviously, like, it's a completely good goal. Like, if you let's say you look like me, if you're not very fat, if you're not very skinny, then you assume that you don't have a lot of work to do to achieve that goal. But you realize that the plan that you have planned is always a little bit slower. So you realize that you thought that, in 1 year you're going to achieve an amazing body. But in reality, in 1 year, you're not able to make a lot of changes in your body, right? So you always see that, whatever plan you make kind of expands. That was kind of off the point. That was the opposite example of region beta paradox. Another example for region beta paradox is this. Let's take the life of a middle, somebody who is in middle class, somebody who is at poor class or lower classes, or somebody who is a high class person, somebody who is in a high status family. So the person who belongs from a poor class family, they're poor, they're barely making it through. So for them, a decent education and just doing a decent job is almost never the out. They never choose this. For them, they are living so much in desperation and poverty that they always dream higher. That they always dream that we are going to do this, we are going to do that, we are going to become an actor, we are going to become a musician, we are going to go in sports. Their drive is much higher because they have only two options: either succeed big or remain poor forever and not enjoy your life forever. So lower class people who actually come from poverty, their drive to succeed is very strong, right? They're very hungry to succeed in whatever field they try to succeed. The same happens to the people who are in upper class. Upper class people are surrounded by high achievers. Somebody owns a brand that is doing like 10 million, $50 million per year. Somebody is a star athlete, somebody is academic, somebody is like a huge big time lawyer, somebody is a scientist. So people like this, somebody has traveled like 90 countries in their lifetime. So in high class societies and high class families, people have a lot of options. People have a lot of options. Plus, also another thing that drives them is all of them are already in the top 1% of the population. So the default is very high from the beginning. So if they succeed, they almost always succeed big. But if they fail, they always fail higher than the like the mediocre average middle class baseline, right? Just because everybody, like from the moment they started their life, they became a teenager, they understood what the world is like, they never saw people around them that were average. They always saw people around them that were doing amazing. So for them, their default reality is, of course everybody does something amazing in life. Like of course people are like, of course, like success is building $1 million startup, right? Or success is achieving something great at the world level or at the national level. So their baseline goal setting is already high. But the problem with middle class people is, we are at a spot where we are not really struggling. It's not that I am wondering where the food is going to come from and I don't have clothes to wear, I can't enjoy my life. And also there is like almost nobody in the family is kind of ideal to look up to. Nobody has done something great. People have done mediocre average things but not great things. So since you become like by the time you become a teenager, like 13-14 years old, and you start to understand the world, you realize that most people in your life are, let's say, civil engineers, or maybe a doctor, maybe a lawyer. They're all kind of successful. It's not that they are a failure, but they are not like very hyper successful, right? They are average. So your goal setting also happens like that, right? Your situation, the environment which you are in, affects the heights of your thinking. If you have been born in very high achiever environment, you're naturally going to want to achieve high things. If you're born in kind of a middle class environment, your life is not uncomfortable enough to motivate you, and you also don't see anybody else in your family taking so many risks, like taking so much stress of building something, going to the height of the potential. You don't see this, so you get comfortable. Since things aren't so bad, you can live with it. It's comfortable to live there, right? You can go out once a week, party with your friends. You can eventually you will be able to buy a bike, you'll be able to buy a car, you'll be able to travel a couple of countries eventually, and eventually like by 40-50 you would have done a lot of things that you want to do, but you will not achieve greatness. And when it comes to success, especially in creative fields, in fields like music, in fields like entrepreneurship, in fields like any kind of creating any kind of creative field, success comes down to those who kind of aim big, right? Small ideas always die. Your goal should not be to have like a lot of small successful ideas, because small ideas are always going to give smaller results. Your goal should be to win big once or twice. Okay, your goal should be to approach big goals. Your goal should be to tackle big ambitions, like big dreams. So try to, whatever you're doing right now, try to understand that, try to ask yourself, is this it? Can I do better than this? Is there something else that I can, that I can be doing, or can I improve what I'm doing? Whatever you're doing, can I become the best in my field? Like always compete for the best, always compete for the top position, right? If you there's a blog that I wrote, kind of got very popular in my group, that if you aim for 50 marks out of 100, you're kind of going to get around 30, 40, 45. If you're a very, very good student, maybe you will get 50, but you're never going to get 60, or you're never going to get 51, because you're aiming for 50. But if you approach for 100 out of 100, then you might get 100. Even if you fail, like even if you don't get 100, you might end up at 70, which is still better than getting 50. So succeeding at a small goal is kind of pointless. It doesn't give you that much gratification. It doesn't give you that much reward for you to keep pursuing and for you to keep doing it again. But if you achieve, big things, if you try big things in life, achieve even once, it's going to shoot up your confidence so higher. It's going to make you feel like you are invincible. And that is an important thing that drives people to very high levels of success. Okay. So the point that I'm trying to make is improve the environment you are in. If you are not in an environment which is suitable for you, or where a lot of things are motivating you, driving you, put yourself in that environment. Go be friends with the high achievers. Go be friends with the outliers. Be friends with the creative, kind of wacky people. Be friends with the like people who are kind of obsessed with their sport or with their craft. Be friends with them. Put yourself in this situation. It is going to be uncomfortable at first. You will have to make friends with a lot of ideas. You'll have to kind of integrate and understand a lot of ideas that are very foreign to you, but that is going to help you. Okay. So again, like, doing the right thing is not always the right approach, right? You can't always ask yourself, like, what is the safest, most logical and rational thing to do, right? Because the safest thing and most rational thing to do is always the average, right? So what you should be doing is really focusing on your strength. Focus on your strength, focus on your interests, focus on your curiosity, focus on your victories. Ask yourself this question. If you want to truly understand what you should be doing in life, ask yourself this question, that what have I won at? What is something that I naturally win at, easily win at? What is the area of my life where I have gotten success with ease, right? That is going to be your strength zone. These are your competence zone, okay? Now you're playing in the your circle of your competence. Focus on these things and do these things. Because again, keeping the region beta paradox idea in mind, like right now explaining region beta paradox is a little bit difficult. So I want you to go and Google what region beta paradox is, and you will understand what I'm talking about. So when you chase your passion, when you chase your things that you're good at, your strengths, right? Your success and your progress is exponential, rather than when you chase something that you should be doing, right? The right thing to do is, right? What is the right thing to do? What is the rational thing to do here? So if you do that, then, like, if you chase like always the right thing, the safe thing to do, the logical thing to do, then your next steps are always going to be linear. You're going to when like 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. You're not going to compound. You're not going to be like 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. You're not going to do this. Always aim, or always walk in the direction that has exponential possibilities, that has more opportunities, that has more chances of you being lucky. That is where you're going to maximize the chances of your big success. So this video was mostly motivational. I hope this video helped. I'll see you in the next video. Have fun. Bye bye.